because I'm not sure if we're live. Okay, so YouTube is acting up. I was already live, so let me play my intro and we will be right back. Snacks Meals in the building.
I wasn't even thinking about me being on the show. I wanted to produce something for them.
Cool celebrity. Like if I went to the mall and stuff, people are like, oh.
The thing was, I didn't even know that anybody ever thought I was ugly.
We look like twins almost.
Okay.
She really would be
covering any more subjects related. So that's why you got the raw reaction. This is pathetic. It's pathetic. Welcome back to the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl Sweet Pea, and I'm back with another video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome to the Sweet Pea Diaries. Be sure to like this video, share the video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe. All right, so I had played my intro. I had did all of that, and here it is. There was a lag with YouTube, child, so I had to play my damn intro all over. YouTube acts the way it acts. When it wants to be good, it's good. When it wants to lag, it lags. It don't matter how I set these settings. It don't matter. But whatever, y'all, we here. It's Saturday night. We going live. 10:15, we going live. I got a lot of shit that I want to talk about. I was scrolling through the gram, scrolling through the internet, and I said, you know what? I'm going to do a live, because there's some things that I not sitting quite right with me when I was looking on the gram. I said, you know what? I'm going to go live and talk to my people about these things. So without further ado, let's jump right on into the mess. Okay. All right. Now, I know that there has been, it's a sad story all the way around. But Jelani Day, now we all know what happened to that brother, and it really is a sad story, and they found his body and everything. And since all of these details are starting to emerge, it's been being reported in the press that his body, when found, was severely decomposed, and even parts of his body was missing. Let me share my article real quick. Warning, graphic details. Family of Jelani Day seek scientific explanation for his severely decomposed body. Missing eyeballs, liver, and brain without jawbone, sawed out. So the disappearance and death of Jelani Day has left his family and many of us with unanswered questions as to what happened. After waiting nearly a month to see her son's body, Carmen Bolden Day is seeking scientific answers on why her son's body was so badly decomposed. According to a report by the Chicago Sun-Times, Jelani was nearly faceless. Jelani, who was reported missing on August 25th, body was discovered on September 4th and identified on the 22nd. Per the report, the corpse had no eyeballs, only sockets. This is believed to be the result of the body being in the river for so long. The body was missing its front top and bottom teeth, and his jawbone was sawed out. A private forensic pathologist hired by the family found that the body had no brain, organs, liver, or spleen. The body had been severely eaten by fish, maggots, and turtles. An attorney for the family says they are still investigating while seeking scientific explanations for the state of his body. However, they are still waiting for the answer on his official cause of death. Now, I don't know if what's going on with YouTube, but if any of my mods, members, subscribers, if you guys are in the chat, step out of the bushes, please. Say hello. Let me know if you can hear. If you're new to the channel, go on and hit that like. Go on ahead and subscribe. I don't know what you're waiting for because it's excellent content over here. But please let me know if you guys can hear. I do not want to go through the show and nobody could hear and people couldn't see and it was glitching, it was giving. Please let me know if you guys can hear. There are people on the live, but I know god darn good and well the people that are on this live are not all trolls, okay? So now y'all going to let me know if y'all can hear, because I do got a lot of trolls that are subscribed to my channel. But do me a favor and let me know. Okay, Lindsay. Lindsay says hello. So that means you guys can hear. All right, so we can go on and keep it moving. All right, you don't have to talk if you don't want to talk. I just wanted to make sure that you guys could hear. So, this just further solidifies what black people have been saying for a very long time. Now, I'm going to issue a trigger warning. We're going to be talking about death. We're getting ready to be talking about murder. We're getting ready to touch on racial tensions. We're getting ready to discuss white versus black. We're getting ready to discuss things that have happened in the past. Now, if you're triggered by any of those type of discussions, I would ask that you go ahead and leave for this segment or put it on mute or whatever if you feel that you're going to be, triggered or you're going to be upset by this discussion. But black people have been saying this for ages, that our bodies, our organs are being harvested. Our organs, there have been plenty of relatives that have had their family members exhumed only to find out that their bodies were stuffed with newspaper. This has not been reported on because it's taboo, We don't really hear it discussed a lot. But back in the day, back in times when my great-grandparents, my great-great-grandparents were living, they often talked about black people's organs being stolen, being harvested, experiments being done on blacks. I've heard this from a lot of the older generation, from a lot of elderly black people. So for his family to now see his body, and it is this severely decomposed, that's horrific. I mean, no teeth, missing teeth, his jawbone sawed out, no liver, no brain, missing eyeballs. I know that if you are in a body of water and you're submerged, algae, bacteria, there's going to be natural decomposition occurring, and there's going to be animals and sea creatures and things eating at the flesh. But come on now, your brain missing, your jawbone sawed out, liver missing, some of these body parts that are missing and some of these organs that are missing, you got to go deep up into the cavity of the body to get these. So I can't imagine animals and turtles eating and fish eating out at a liver or a spleen, stomach. I mean, something had to be left. They said there are no organs left in this man's body. None. How would a jawbone be sawed out by fish and turtles. So this death and this tragedy is just suspicious all around, all the way around. Not knowing what happened, what led this young man to meet his demise, how it all occurred is still a mystery. But now finding out how badly he's decomposed, his family seeing a body in this state has to be devastating. Deep Vlogs, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate the compliment. You know, so, I mean, that just really, really, really further amplifies the discussion. Are black people's organs being harvested? Are we being experimented on? When people come up missing, and we don't even want to talk about this, we don't even want to discuss this. We want to just remain in, la la land. Oh, people just go missing. People don't just go missing. You don't just go missing with no explanation. There was a white woman. I will get the article. I will find it after this live, and I'll post it on my community feed. But there was a white woman not too long ago. She was arrested and taken in custody in some white town. And she confessed to police officers to committing 30 murders with a satanic organization. She was arrested for something else, but then she started confessing to murders that she took part in with the satanic cult. She was saying that they would pick up people and they were sacrificing them in hills and caverns, and they were up in secluded wooded areas, and they were sacrificing people as part of satanic rituals. And they wanted to, say that, oh, she was crazy, and they just wrote it off as, no, she didn't know what she was talking about. She out of her mind. She's crazy. That woman knew exactly what she was talking about. Do you not think that satanic rituals take place? You don't think that these Church of Satan, these people that practice and worship Satan, they need sacrifices? Where do you think they get them from? When people go missing, and it's sad to say it, women, children, men, boys, anyone, when they go missing, that's worth conversation. Where are they going? Where are they going? Some are being, trafficked. Some are being entered into the sex trafficking industry. But there is a conversation piece around satanic groups, satanic cults. And once they're done with the ritual and the body's not needed, yeah, they're going to get rid of the body. But the organs, the heart, the spleen, liver, all these things, they use these body parts in rituals. So it would not surprise me if something like this was going on with people that come up missing. And it is very, very, very sad that the world does not, the national news media doesn't give black people that are missing, boys, girls, children, women. We don't get nearly half the coverage. Look at that Gabby DePito, whatever her last name was, she got coverage immediately. Here it is. We got 51 black women missing in Detroit. That should be a national news story. And I didn't even know that was a story. I heard that from someone on YouTube. They don't care whether black people go missing or not. They don't care. So this is why I always try to tell my community, and I want us fellow black people to learn to band together and stick together more, because when we say Black Lives Matter and our protect black women, protect black men, protect black children, we got to really mean it. When someone in our community goes missing, we need to go see about this. We need to go figure out, why is this boy's organs missing? Why is his jawbone sawed out? We need to be able to go to the elders in the community, or go to people in the community that matter. We need to be able to come together as a village and figure this out. We need to be able to see about our people. How did this happen? Somebody need to answer to somebody. Somebody need to be answering some questions. There needs to be a council. Black people need to come together. Because this young man's mother, I know she going through it. I know she is going through it. And I would be doing the same thing, demanding an explanation. What the hell happened to my son's body? Where are his body parts? Do not give me the fish and the turtle story. I don't want to hear the fish and the turtle story. Ain't no goddamn way that fish and turtle ate my son's organs. All of them. All of them. The spleen, the stomach, the pancreas. All of them. His kidneys, his lungs, all of his body parts. Fish and turtles ate them. Use a goddamn lie. Fish and turtles does not eat all of this boy's body parts. Fish and turtles did not saw out his jawbone. Top teeth, bottom teeth missing. This is a suspicious death as it is. There is more at play here. Whatever it was going on prior and whatever he was met with that caused his death, it had to be horrible and horrific. To end up like this, I mean, this doesn't just happen. This makes me think that his body was put in the water like that. You know what I mean? Like his organs and all of that was harvested and removed, and then he was put in that water like that. Whoever put him there probably was hoping that he would not be discovered, he would not be found. So, that is sad. And I just pray for this. We got to keep this woman in our prayers. We have to keep this family in our prayers, because can you imagine all the mothers, the fathers, people out there that have children? Can you imagine this being your own and learning that, let alone someone, did harm to him and caused him his death and his demise, but to harvest and remove organs, disrespecting his body parts, disrespecting his body even further by removing organs and you don't know what they were doing. You don't know what was done with this man's organs. And then it's also could be a conversation that his organs were removed and sold on the black market. These people paid money. They paid millions, thousands of dollars for functionable kidneys, functionable lungs. It is a huge black market for organs. Huge black market. Hi, AT2. Yes, we are live. Yes, we are live. Huge black market for organs. So the fact that this man's body was found in a decomposed state, but no organs, no teeth, jawbone sawed out, no eyeballs, no liver. I mean, this says that the family found that the body had no brain, no organs, liver, or spleen. The body had been severely eaten by fish, maggots, and turtles. There is no way that a maggot or a turtle or a fish ate out someone's brain. There is no way that his brain was eaten by fish. No way. No way. I mean, you guys, what do you think about, have any of you had grandparents, great-grandparents, uncles, aunties? Have they talked to you about organs being harvested? I know that my grandparents, they didn't like to go to see physicians, didn't like going and seeing the doctor. My great-grandfather, great-great-grandmother, they didn't like going and seeing physicians, and they always talked about if they were to pass away, make sure that they didn't want to be organ donors, because they had this fear of their organs being harvested. I mean, Is this really a thing? Do you guys think that our organs are being harvested? Do you think that we're being experimented on? I was looking at some of the comments in the comment section, and people were talking about how it's been speculated for ages that our bodies have been experimented on. So if you're catching this live, drop in the chat and let me know. Do you think that our bodies are, they, any chance they get, if you're poor, or they think that you're not going to notice, because you don't got no money, they going to just throw you in the ground. Ain't nobody going to exhume your body. Nobody's going to know. So do you think that they go and take your organs anyway, even if you say that you don't want to be an organ donor? These are things that I was told as a kid, even if you say you're not going to be an organ donor, they still going to take your organs anyway. I have a lot of family members that did not want to be organ donors for fear that, they're going to take my organs and donate them or give them, or because they need my organs, they're not going to, if I'm sick, they're not going to treat me the way they really should with great medical care, because they want my organs. You know what I mean? So I've been around my grandparents and aunties and older aunties that would say, like, don't put your name on that organ donor list, because they're not going to give you the top medical care that you need, because they're going to want to sell your organs and give them to white people or give them to people that can pay for them. So this is worth a conversation. Where is Jelani's organs? Where's his brain? Where's his spleen? Where is his liver? Where is his organs? How he does not have not one organ in his body? That's sad. That is really sad. And it makes absolutely no sense at all. It makes no sense at all. Where is this man's organs? There's no way maggots, fish, and turtles ate a brain. You can't tell me that. And sawed out a jaw, sawed out teeth. There's no way. No way. Now, yes, decomposition, yeah, the water, it could do all that. Algae, bacteria, yes. But to remove a brain that's inside of the skull. You gotta remove that. Ain't no maggots and turtles and fish can remove a brain. So his organs were harvested, okay? They were removed. Who got them and who did it, we don't know. But allegedly, this would seem to be the answer. They didn't just disappear. It wasn't magic. So yes, we have to say allegedly because we don't know this to be true. But what else? What else? What else would have happened? How else would a liver, spleen, brain, kidneys, lungs, heart, stomach, all of it, where did it go? Where would it be? Where would it be? So that's just another, our body, we are superior to other races. This is a known fact. So it might be a conversation piece worth talking about. What would they use our organs for? Why would they want our organs? Why would they prefer a black person's organs over a white person's organs? What type of experiments would they be doing on blacks? So it's a lot of conversation to be had around the organ harvesting. But I thought that this article was really interesting, and I thought that this was a subject that is really taboo in the black community. I've heard it said, I've heard it in the older generation, but anytime these bodies come up with these missing organs, nobody says anything. Everybody just get quiet. Y'all all out there, Black Lives Matter, protect black people. And then boom, it's quiet. Ain't no news coverage. Ain't nobody on they YouTubes talking about it. Ain't nobody on they Instagrams talking about it. Nobody talking about it. The neighborhood talk is talking about it. Where are all the major media? Where are all the black folk? Where's T.I.? Where Boosie? Where's everybody? We need to start checking on our people and seeing about our people. I'm telling you, black people, we got to come together, because when our kids come up missing, our people come up missing, men, women, and children, when things like this, somebody need to go see about this. We need to have a coalition, a group of black folks, a village to go see about this. We need people to be accountable to the black race. What's up with that baby organs? Who y'all gonna answer to us? Somebody needs to answer for this. It don't just get to happen and nobody is held accountable. No questions asked, nobody seeing about it. The mother out here, the family, they out here fighting for it on their own. We need to come together as a race. So when things like this happen, we can go on and see about this. Honey, I'll be the first one up there going and seeing about this. Come on, knocking on Jelani mom's door. Come on, let's go. We going to see about this. They got some explaining to do. Where's this baby organs? They have some explaining to do. Just like she said, I need a scientific answer for this. There's no way in hell fish, turtles, geese, ganders did this. Someone sawed my baby jawbone out. Somebody sawed my baby brain out. Somebody removed his organs, and I demand answers now. And we, the public, we also demand answers now. We want to know now, where is this baby's organs? We demand to know now. And that's how black people, how we got to start being. We need to know now, where is his organs? Because this is unacceptable. It is, don't give me that decomposition. Where is his organs? Period. Period. And speaking of, and I know that is, that is a really terrible story, but, we got different little topics to cover, and that story it's a hard story to cover. So it didn't matter whatever subject I move into from that story. It's gonna be like, well, damn, she just went into this. I'm sorry, but the topics that I chose, that is the hardest one to talk about. Jelani Day is a sensitive subject, and having organs harvested, there was no other way I can transition into another story. It was no way I could transition into another story, but we want to know, we the people, we want to know, where is Jelani's organs, and I demand answers for the family. There's no way that fish, there's no way that turtles, no way that they did that. No way. No way. Now, speaking of black people, now, Jesy Nelson, okay, so her and Nicki Minaj, they had a single that was just actually released yesterday, and it was titled Boys. Now, Jesy Nelson is being accused of blackfishing. Jesy Nelson responds to blackfishing accusations after releasing debut single Boys. Jesy Nelson denied accusations that she was blackfishing after releasing her debut solo song, Boys. On Friday, the former Little Mix singer unveiled the new track and accompanying music video 10 months after leaving the British girl group. The video, which featured Nicki Minaj and a cameo from Diddy, gained more than 3.7 million views in one day, but also garnered some criticism from online fans. According to Vulture and Twitter posts, some felt that Nelson engaged in blackfishing, or when a non-black person alters their appearance to seem black or racially ambiguous in the video. The term was coined by freelancer writer Wana Thompson, who wrote a Twitter thread about the issue in 2018. As Vulture's Douglas Greenwood notes, Nelson sing-talks arguably in a blatant with the lyrics, so hood, so good, so damn taboo. Know you know how to please me. Nelson shared her thoughts about the blackfishing suggestions to Vulture. The whole time I was in Little Mix, I never got any of that. And then I came out of the band and people all of a sudden were saying it, Nelson said. I wasn't on social media around that time, so I let my team deal with it because that was when I just left. But I mean, like, I love black culture. I love black music. That's all I know. It's what I grew up on. When asked if she had deleted Instagram comments from fans accusing her of blackfishing, Nelson says she was unaware of the comments and maybe it was her team that did it. The article stated that Nelson canceled 2 follow-up calls with Vulture to discuss blackfishing and identity in more detail. Nelson's publicist later told Vulture in a statement on her behalf, I take all those comments made seriously. I would never intentionally do anything to make myself look racially ambiguous. So that's why I was initially shocked that the term was directed at me. Representatives for Nelson did not immediately respond to insiders' request for comment. Nelson isn't the first celebrity to be accused of blackfishing. Recently, rapper Iggy Azalea recently defended herself against criticism, while Rita Ora also faced backlash in 2020. Insiders Dana Givens reported that blackfishing could have real-world consequences. While white influencers can blackfish to gain profit, black creators still struggle to meet the same financial compensation. Now, girl, I don't know who you think you playing. I don't know why you playing in our face like this. But this is what she looked like in that goddamn video. This is what it's giving. This is her current look. And this is the look that her ass had in that group. This is her in the middle. And she looked like a white woman. Girl, I don't know who you playing with. Don't play in our face like this. You absolutely are blackfishing, and they kill me because they think that if they throw on a curly lace front wig, they go get a lace front wig that has the deepest wig, the deep wave, and they try to keep it as packed as they can to make it appear tangled and coarse. What else do you call it? If it's not blackfishing, then what else are you trying to look like? There are no white people that look like this, so what else would it be called? To everyone in the chat, I see you. Hey guys, thank you, Bodacious Lady. Thank you for the compliment. Hey Mimi, I never heard of her either. I didn't even know who she was until this damn song with Nicki Minaj was being released yesterday. I had never heard of her. I never even heard of the group. I don't even know where these people be coming from. They all of a sudden been in groups. They be having these photos of them as though they some major group over somewhere. And I've never seen these people before in my life. I never even heard of this group. Little Mix. Who the hell heard of Little Mix? And it must be an overseas group. Okay, so Fans Music says Little Mix is a UK group discovered on X Factor. I think and I believe that's probably what it is because you can look in the background and see that, you know, the global, they were at the global gift gala and a lot of these people over there that are founded from them groups, you know, they compete on The Voice, X Factor, all these things. So it's giving me, yes, they were discovered by some type of TV show. However, to have a song with Nicki Minaj right out the gate, this is another industry plant, another musician artist that they're trying to push down our throats, throw on us, convinced that it's something we need in our life. Convince us that this is some type of music that we need to get into, that we need to be listening to. So they throw, and see, this is what kills me about these other artists that go along with it. The get along gang. Nicki Minaj know goddamn good and damn well, because when I watched that video, Nicki Minaj know good and goddamn well she had no business fool-la-lying around with this girl. That video was trash. The song was trash. Another ploy by the industry, stuffing it down their throats, throw it in their face, try to convince us that this is something that we need to be watching, something we need to be listening to, and y'all fools is in the comments, y'all fools is taking these views up, and a lot of us just watched it just to see what it was given, because Nicki hasn't released anything in a while, so we just wanted to see what it was given. And I mean, you know, while Nicki looked good, she looked great in the video, you know, it was just trash to me. It was not on the level of Nicki Minaj that I'm used to seeing. And she's skinny as all get out. Why is Nicki Minaj losing so much weight? I don't know. Allegedly, is it powdered donuts? I don't know what it is. But Nicki Minaj has lost hella weight. I don't know. Did she have those hips sucked out, removed? What? Because I just remember her being big bodied. Hips was insane. She was giving body down. And now looking at that video, judging by that video, she looked like she was just all skin and bones. I'm like, where did the rest of Nicki go? Where is it? And don't give me no, she just had a baby, she lost all that. That was baby weight. No, ma'am. Nicki Minaj was thick, sitting, hips was thick, sitting, titties was sitting, plump. And now it was just giving me all skin and bones. She just lost too much weight. Where is Nicki Minaj? Where is she? I was like, girl, damn. What are you doing? I mean, a lot of people say it's the stress of Kenny. I don't believe that. I don't believe she's stressed out by Kenny. I believe that she is entangling and doing some things she ain't got no damn business doing, which is why she's out here making the damn career decisions that she's making. Who in the hell would think they need to be seen with some Jesy Nelson? Who the hell is Jesy Nelson? I mean, the song was trash. The video was trash. Nicki's verse was trash. And all the barbs, all the people in the chat trying to convince themselves that this was a bop. That it was Nicki, she killed, she ate. Her verse was fire. Girl, bye. No. Now, Diddy making a cameo, that was cute. You know, the banter they had, it was cute. But it's very much so blackfishing. And that is what these white women do. I say it all the time. Kim Kardashian, the Kardashians, they blackfish. This is what they do. They take on the image of a black woman, but they still remain with the white look. With the long hair and, you know, the fair skin. They might tan it a little bit, but they get the plump lips and they make the hair look like a black woman. But it's a Mediterranean mixed, you know, model, exotic black woman. It's not the everyday black woman that you see in the hood every day. It is the model, exotic black woman. Because this is where they can take our men and, you know, infiltrate on our society and take over our men. And then convince the black man that you need to look down on the black woman because she doesn't look like that. She don't look like this. She don't got the, you know, the straight long weaves and kinky weaves and the light skin with the plump lips. You're not looking like a Jesy Nelson or a Kim Kardashian, but here you are, the black woman. You are what they trying to be. We're what they want to be. But the everyday black woman, the one with the fupa and the, you know, gravity done took over, they want to convince us that we are the ones that need to be looking like them. This shit is backwards. We got the white women telling us how to be black. But like I always say, y'all allow it. Y'all let these white women in, and y'all, they ain't trying to be black. They can wear cornrows. They can sit with us, but they just appreciating our culture. But it's like they can take over our look and get paid more and make more money with our look But then we, with our own look, is not even making the money that they're making. Not even getting a Nicki Minaj or anyone like that to make a feature or do a feature on our upcoming artists. But because it's some white girl that is from the UK that the industry done convinced that Nicki, that this is an opportunity, you'll bring her out, but won't bring out a black girl. Just like a Doja Cat. It's like they know who to pick in the industry to push these collabs. But it's like the everyday black woman, the artist that's going to represent the everyday black woman, why you not collabing with those artists? This shit was trash. This song was trash. And she is absolutely blackfishing. Look at this outfit. Look at the shirt hanging to the side. With the look, with the tongue. White girls don't act like that. White girl, Becky's and Karen's and Megan's, they don't act like that. Since when you know a white woman to act like that? To wear her hair pulled over to the side with that curly perm. They call that nappy. When they see white women with their hair like that, they call that nappy. So what else is it giving? That's not white woman look. That's a black woman's look. They're infiltrating our culture. And y'all just letting them in. Just like that whole, what's his name? That was with Lil Nas X. Jake Harlow. He's another one. That's blackfishing. Eminem was the greatest blackfisher that there was. Anytime a white person, and I don't want to hear, oh, they grew up in the hood, they grew up around black people, so they act white. So they act black. There is no need for you to act nothing other than what you are. And y'all think it's cute. You think it's cute when a white person acts black. But they don't want no problems that the black people have. They don't want the being pulled over by police and being shot dead in the streets. Or you can't go to down to the credit bureau and get 16,000 credit cards after filing for bankruptcy. Black people, once you ruin your credit, that's it. They ain't giving us no more goddamn chances. Here it is, white people ruin their credit. They still able to go on down to the bank and get a loan. Black people can't get shit. You got one credit file. You mess that credit file up, that's it. Black people, you mess it up, that's it. Whitey's, honey, they done messed it up. They done filed bankruptcy, chapter 7, chapter 13 bankrupt. They done did it all and still come out and able to buy houses, cars, get credit cards, open up businesses. What did we just see with the white man when I did with the video? He went all the way across Washington. He killed 2 people as a police officer. Never was put off the force and then went on to get a good job at NASA. You let a black person do something like that. So yes, white people infiltrate our culture all the time. Let us have that. We can't have nothing else. At least let us have our culture. At least let us have our look. Let us have our slang. But one thing, honey, they might be able to mimic and they might be able to impersonate, but they'll never have that soul. They'll never embody all what black men, black women embody. You just won't. You don't have the soul. It's just not in you. You might be able to infiltrate. You might be able to mimic. You might be able to impersonate, but you will never be real with the soul. You'll never have the soul glow. You'll never have it inside, because that's just rhythm, soul. That's just something that we innately have. You'll never have it. So y'all need to let these white people just be white. They need to just be satisfied with being white. Y'all got the world in your hands. You the world is an oyster. Why you need to take our culture, all that we got? Why you need to take that? You got every goddamn thing else. You don't need to take our culture and our hairstyles and our looks, our colors. You don't need to take that too. Shit, you got every goddamn thing. Child. I know, Sharon, right? We have to use CPN. I mean, even after filing bankruptcy and losing businesses, they still are able to go on and live a good life with credit and good jobs and good, it's like once we fuck up, they said once you fuck that credit file up, that's it. Don't come around here asking us for shit else. Even after you pay things off and clean up shit. I'm going through that right now. Even after you clean it up and even try to move on, they still bring it up. You remember that card you had in 1975? And it was only a $300 credit limit. That shit is still on your credit. You need to go see somebody about that and get that off. And it'd be like, 1975, I don't even remember having that card. But it's still on our credit file. That's how they do blacks. That's how they do blacks. So it's like the industry, they get these white women and they tell them, if you want to sell records and you want to be in this genre, this is the look that you got to have. This is not a Becky. This ain't no Jesy Nelson. This is Jerica. This Jonay Nelson. This ain't no Jesy Nelson. This is Jonay. This Erica. This Jerica. Jonay. So, and they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. She knows what she's doing. And that's why they do it. Because they know it's going to sell records. They know it's going to bring an audience. They know it's going to bring black men, black women, They know it's going to bring an audience. The record labels, their A&Rs, their management, their people, they push them to look like this. And they ain't got no problem with it. Trust me, they ain't got no problem with it. So she knows what she's doing, girl. You absolutely know what you're doing, because this look that your ass had back in the day when you was with this little mixed group, this is your white ass in the middle, and you was giving white girl right here. You over there in London with the straight bob, looking like Victoria, what was her name? Beckham, Victoria Beckham, looking like with the damn skinny bob. You knew what the look was giving, white woman. Now that you want to infiltrate the music industry on your solo career, now you're looking like a black girl. Now you're looking like a black girl. Now it's giving nappy hair. Like, girl, stop. This is a whole nother look. This is a whole nother person with a whole other complexion. And the look is always giving mixed. It has to look biracial, because it can't be fully black because you're a white woman. So you can't go full out black, because that would be blackface. So they got to look ambiguous. It's got to look mixed. To like, it's almost tricking you and fooling you into thinking that you're looking at a biracial woman. That you're not looking at a white woman. You're looking at a biracial woman. So that way it can fit in with the black culture. They know what they're doing. This is very calculated. It's strategically done by A&Rs, by record labels, by industry professionals that done been around the block a couple times, and they know how to make these looks work. They know exactly what they're doing. They got people put in these record labels and that work with these artists to develop these looks. Oh, thank you, Chief Keish Sosa, for the $4.99 sticker. Thank you so much. She says, hey, Sweet Pea, just showing some love. Thanks for replying to my email. I've been sick lately and haven't been focused. Keep up the work, girl. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, hopefully you're getting back on your feet, and yes, please keep me posted on what you want to do, because I was interested in what you were talking about. So hit me up, and reply to the email. Yes, and she says a whole white woman with a well done tan. Exactly. When she knows she's medium rare. Exactly. And like I said, the industry giants and the wheel and the machines behind them, this is purposely done. And it's nothing wrong. I'm going to tell y'all right now, I am not a racist. I love white people. I love black people, Caucasian, brown, Mexican. I love people in general. I'm never racist. Never will give you the race card. But it's nothing wrong with being proud of who you are. It's nothing wrong with whites being proud to be with their white people. It's nothing wrong with blacks being proud to be with us black people. It's nothing wrong with us encouraging white people to be white. It's like we like you. We love you regardless, but we just want you to be white. It's nothing wrong with you telling these artists to be white, to discourage this blackfishing, that when they serve looks like this, don't encourage it. Call them out on it and tell them, why are you giving us Shanae? We need to see Becky. We need to see Megan. We need to see Miranda. We're not looking for Shaquisha and Boomquisha. We want to see Megan, Tori. We want to see Kelly. We want to see Samantha. We don't want to see Boomquisha. We don't want to see Shanae in you. We don't need that. We don't need another white girl trying to be black. We need to start telling these white women that it's okay. Normalize being white. Normalize being a white woman. It's nothing wrong with being a white woman. We calling these women Karens so much that they don't even want to be white no more. They don't want to be white. They scared of being white. They scared of being called a Karen. But it's like, it's okay. We know that you're Karen. And we want y'all to be Karen. We don't want y'all infiltrating our race. We want y'all to be who y'all are. And it's okay. It's okay. Hubbard said that's them being greedy, okay? It's like, girl, y'all got y'all's. Let us have ours. But, we can't help it that we serve looks. I mean, all races, they like our music. They like our men, But that's why I tell black people all the time, you got to be proud of who you are. You got to stand for who we are. And it's okay. It's okay. Be prideful in your race and tell these white people, get out. Go on back over there with your race. It's nothing wrong with that. It's not racist. It's not racist. Other cultures do it all the time. They encourage procreation within their group. They encourage their groups to remain together. Black people are the only ones that got to be taught to be separate. Oh, no, you got to include everybody. We're the only race that is taught inclusion. And if we don't include everybody, then we're racist. It's nothing wrong with us being proud of our race and not wanting all these white women trying to come in and take over. Because they is trying to serve these looks and give an impression of what black women look like. And this is not it. This is not what black women look like. We're starting to see these looks so much to where as though you forget that Kim Kardashian and you forget that Khloe. You forget that they're white. You will watch this damn Jesy Nelson and watch her on your screen and in your videos and in your music with your favorite artists, and you'll see her over and over and over again till you will forget that she's white. And you will start thinking that this is what black women look like. This is not what black women look like at all. Bodacious Lady says they want to be a part of the culture but do not want the struggles. I say that all the time. They want to be black until it's time to be black. When it's time to be black and deal with the black problems, then that's when they don't want to be black anymore. And that's like, it's all fun and games. It's like playing dress up. Okay, I want to be the black girl. And then when it's time to, get denied credit, or when it's time to not be able to get that Macy's charge card, or can't get that, that Bloomingdale's charge card, or you can't go on the showroom and get that Mercedes, then that's when you go on and go back home and straighten that hair out and put on the white skimpy outfit and go with the, the suit and skirt with the boobs sitting up and looking like a Karen when it's time to go take care of business, because you realize, oh, they're not going to give me anything looking like a black woman. Let me go put on my white girl look. They know when to switch it up and when to act appropriate and when to act accordingly. It's just like, like a child playing dress up, child. But like I said, it's nothing wrong with black people It is nothing wrong with black people telling these women, go on head somewhere. Go on back to your race and be a white woman. It's all right to be white. Because if we continue to let them keep doing this and infiltrate our culture, y'all children and the different generations that are growing up now, they're going to start thinking that this is what white women, that black women are supposed to look like this. The white woman look, the ambiguous look, this is what black women are supposed to look like. This is how they're supposed to act. This is what they're supposed to dress. This is how black women look. Not the black images that they see every day, their mothers, their aunties, their school teachers. No, this is what a black woman look like. Kim Kardashian, Kylie, all these white women pretending to be black. Period. I'm telling y'all. The more and more we continue to see these images, the more and more you're going to start forgetting that these women are white. These are black women. That's what you're going to be thinking. These are black women. And that's what they want you to think. That's why they keep pushing the look and pushing the look. Because they want people to think that they are black. And it's sad. It really is. Now, Dave Chappelle, he's being slammed for his Netflix special. Oh, Lord. What happened now? What did Dave Chappelle do? He just getting back out there on the market. He just getting back out here into the swing of things. Now, what did he do already? He's just getting back out into the swing of things. What did he do already? What did he do? Dave Chappelle's Netflix special slammed by Gigi Gorgeous and more stars. Not everyone finds Dave Chappelle's jokes in his new Netflix special to be a laughing matter. While the immensely successful comedian's program, The Closer, ranked number 3 on the streaming platform this weekend, many found his bits to be offensive to the LGBTQ plus community. And this is not the first time. The 48-year-old star pokes fun at the past accusations about him in the new special and appears to double down, jokingly dubbing himself transphobic comedian Dave Chappelle. Netflix has not commented on the criticism. When do we say enough is enough? YouTube star Gigi Gorgeous wrote on Instagram on Friday, October 8th. When violent attacks on the community, and even more so on our transgender brothers and sisters, are at an all-time high, when do we stop ignoring how damaging these ignorant transphobic jokes actually are and how they contribute to the hate and violence we have to endure on a daily basis? Let's just be clear here. We are not an effing joke. Caitlyn Jenner responded, "You go, girl, I'm with you." In his special, Chappelle says he has never had a problem with transgender people. He also says he's team TERF, trans exclusionary radical feminist, and agrees that gender is a fact, and also compares the genitalia of trans women to vegetarian meat substitutes. Chappelle also jokes that rapper DaBaby, who was dropped from music festivals for making homophobic remarks, punched the LGBTQ community right in the AIDS. The comedian jokes he doesn't hate gay people, but rather respects them aside from the newer gays he considers to be too sensitive. Chappelle also says he's jealous of the progress the gay rights movement has made, adding, "I can't help but feel like if slaves had baby oil and booty shorts, we might have been free 100 years sooner." Oh, wow. He went in. Okay, before I give my commentary on what I think about this, I want to hear what you have to say, Please let me know in the chat, what do you feel about Dave Chappelle's comments? Now, I'm going to ask if you agree with Gigi and Caitlyn Jenner that they were transphobic and they were very insensitive and very, anti-LGBTQ. Let me know with a 1. Let me know with a 2 if you feel that they're just being sensitive and that they were just jokes, that he was not being transphobic. If you think he was being transphobic and insensitive to the trans community, give me a 1. If you think that they are too sensitive, the trans community and LGBTQ plus community, give me a 2. I'm just going to give some more people some time. All right, well, we got mostly 2s. Dave talked about everyone, no one was exempt. Hey Mimi says. Hey Mimi also says, I love the special and most of the people complaining did not watch the whole thing and is taking out of context. Okay, so my thoughts on this thing is this. All right. I want to be really careful in my words because I am definitely always for the transgender community because my daughter is trans, so I'm going to always be down with my trans babies. That's just number 1. That's just going to always be. Now, when they wrong, they wrong. When they cutting up and they acting a fool, I got to spank them on the butt. But as far as being for them and being someone that supports and stands with them, I'm always going to do that. Now, what I'm going to say, some things are just too, I think that people go too far with this whole cancel culture. They're just ready to cancel people immediately as soon as they make a remark that they feel is insensitive to them. Comedians are people that push the envelope. Comedians, a lot of times, they push the envelope when it comes to things that are sensitive to society. And they may be able to make jokes out of politics. They may be able to make jokes out of topics that are hard for the community and hard for us as a nation and us as a society, conversations that are hard for us to have. So when you put comedy in with it, it kind of breaks the ice and it makes people, might open up people a little more and they're able to maybe have some conversations and maybe, consider things that they may not consider otherwise. So I think that we might want to stop with being sensitive when it comes to comedians, because comedy gets us through a lot of subjects that are hard to discuss as a community. Now, do I think that transgender lives are being, taken and are being, snuffed out at an all-time high? Absolutely. Do I think that he meant anything by it? I'm going to say he probably did and he probably didn't. Sometimes people that are comedians, they have things that they want to say, so they'll use their comedy as a shield to be able to throw a dig or throw a jab. Now, if you want to be included and you want to be included in society, then gay people, LGBTQ plus community, y'all are going to have to understand that nobody is off limits when it comes to comedy. They make fun of women. They make fun of fat people. They make fun of skinny people. They make fun of gay people. They make fun of people all around the board. So you can't ask to be included on society and be treated as everyone else be treated, but then say, but no, you can't joke about me. You can't make jokes about me. I don't want you, when it comes to comedy, I want that to be off limits. That's not fair, because they make jokes about blacks, gays, men, women. It's no one exempt when it comes to a comedian. So if you want to be included and you want to be, considered normal, so to say, like everyone else, then you can't ask to be exempt when it comes to comedy, because that's just how comedians have always been. They've used comedy to discuss really sensitive topics, politics, religion, and you'll have a group of black, white, Spanish, Indian, Asian. You'll have a whole group of these people in a setting, in a coliseum or theater, when they wouldn't even be together otherwise, and they're all laughing at these racially charged jokes. So sometimes comedy is used to break the ice. It's used to start discussions with topics that are a little sensitive in nature. So do we want that or do we not want that when it comes to the gay community? Now I think that Dave Chappelle and others like him, they probably are from that era, back when gay men and gay people, they didn't come right out and say that they were gay. They were hiding. So they sat there and allowed themselves to be made fun of. They tolerated the gay jokes. They tolerated the jabs, laughed at it, and, got along and, and tried to fit in and tried to make these men think, oh yeah, that shit funny, yeah, them fakes, man, and half of their asses was gay and DL, but they sat there and tried, oh, not me, yeah, shit, them fake, them fuck, yeah, them niggas, and they were gay, but they had to fit in. So he probably comes from that era where they're not used to gays and trans and what do you call it? What they called them back then, transsexuals. They're not used to those people standing up and having a voice and standing up for themselves. They just hid in the shadows and they just sat quiet and allowed the people to make fun of them. So he's probably on the fence. I'm going to say that he was trying to make a jab. He was trying to talk shit about the gay community being sensitive. And meaning, I'm going to talk my shit. I'm a comedian. And usually this is what we do. We talk our shit. And if y'all want to be included, y'all want to be an inclusive group, then y'all going to get talked about too. And I think that it's nothing wrong with that. And if you guys want to be included, then you can't ask to be included, but then say, I want to sit out when it comes to comedy, because that's just what comedians do. So Jennifer Love Spewitt says, I'm all for the comedy for everyone. My issue with Dave Chappelle is his use of transphobic and homophobic slurs. I don't know if he used them in this special because I just didn't watch it. So I don't know. This particular subject that we're talking about tonight is as it pertains to the Netflix special. So I don't know what he has said in the past. I'm not privy to that. I don't know anything about it. I will go and look at some, try to find it once I get off this video. But this video is pertaining to the Netflix special and the actual stand-up bit. And I think that in these stand-up bits, comedians, they are very, very controversial when they get up there and they say things. They say the N-word. They call blacks N-words. White people have said the N-word and have used racially charged material in comedic bits. Some will say it crossed the line, but it's comedy. And they use it to break the ice. They use it to try to start conversations about racism and about, subjects that we might find uncomfortable. And this is what comedy has always been able to do. So do we want that to be over with in this cancel culture society? In the society that we have, and then, the way this world is going, it's like, if you don't say what I want to be said, then you're going to be canceled. You're going to be canceled. So we got to, where do we draw the line? Where do we draw the line with some of this? Some of this is just, hey, it was funny. He used words and jargon that might have sounded offensive, but it's comedy, and that's what they do in comedy. So I don't know. I'm just not so quick to want to cancel everybody. This cancel culture is real, though. The cancel culture is real. It's real. Now, speaking of people being canceled, Madonna. How old is Madonna? How old is Madonna? And what in the hell was she doing twerking on Quavo at a party? G-Eazy says he saw Madonna twerking on Quavo at a party.
Johnny Depp just walked in type, Madonna over there twerking on Quavo. Madonna over there twerking on Quavo. Madonna over there twerking on Quavo. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Where's going?
I'm at the bar, having a beer with Adam Sandler. You know what I'm saying? And next time I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It's just that type of thing. Johnny Depp just walked in type, Madonna over there twerking on Quavo. Madonna over there twerking on Quavo. Madonna over there twerking on Quavo. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Where's going?
I'm at the bar, having a beer with Adam Sandler. You know what I'm saying? And next time I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It's just that type of thing. Johnny Depp just walked in type, Madonna over there twerking on Quavo. Madonna over there twerking on Quavo.
So the Neighborhood Talk posted this article, and they're saying, neighbors, get into this crazy story. Now, we all know Madonna is a very wild girl. Who doesn't remember her nearly drowning Drake in saliva after she tongue-kissed him on stage? Well, in recent news, rapper G-Eazy says he saw Madonna twerking on Quavo at a party. During an interview with Shirley Jew, Eazy touched on the incident while reminiscing about an Oscar party that he attended. I'm at the bar having a beer with Adam Sandler. It's just that type of thing. Like Johnny Depp just walked in, Madonna over there twerking on Quavo. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Now, he didn't go more into depth about Madonna's clappers being on Quavo. Hopefully, all they did was dance. We couldn't imagine the sight of Madonna huncho. Neighbors, what are your thoughts? Child, to me, my thoughts about it, that's some old regular Hollywood mess. That is some old regular Hollywood mess. That's my thoughts about it. It's just some old regular Hollywood mess, and it does not surprise me that Madonna would be at some party twerking on Quavo, because you know, I've heard that Madonna get, you know, and a lot, just like a lot of these other celebrities, that when they go to these parties and, you know, in Hollywood, anything goes. They, you know, they be drinking and partying, and especially these Oscar parties and these after parties, these Grammy after parties, these, you know, BET, MTV, all these after parties, and that's just an excuse for these celebrities to get wild and to have these entanglements. So I want to know, was this before Sweetie, or after Sweetie, or during Sweetie? When was this? When, you know, when Sweetie equation? Was it while Sweetie? And honey, I can imagine Quavo letting Madonna just go ahead and twerk. Just go on ahead and do what you going to do. I mean, Madonna, she's a legend. She's iconic. Ain't nobody going to tell Madonna to get off me. Go sit your ass down. Ain't no man in hell going to tell Madonna to get off of them and go sit down. Child, Quavo probably couldn't believe it his damn self that Madonna was twerking on him. Child. I mean, if it was me and if I was Quavo and Madonna was twerking on me, I would have been just like this. I'm going to show you just what I would have been like. I would have been like, yes, go ahead. I would have just let her go on and do her thing. Yes. I mean, Madonna, y'all know Madonna wild. You know she done been to a mini party or two. A mini raunchy Hollywood party or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Madonna is, I mean, she been in the industry since forever. She done been around the world and back again, around the block and back again, like an old Buick, like an old Chevy that need to be tuned up. How old is she? 60, pushing 65, pushing 70. I don't know, but I know she's in her 60s. If she didn't just turn 60, she got to be 60, 62, something like that, child. But I know Madonna is like a virgin, who touched for the very first time, like a virgin, yeah. Feel your heartbeat next to mine. That was the jam. And Madonna, I mean, I like Madonna. I think she still look good for her age. Look at her. She giving life. Look at Madonna. Look at them titties sitting up there nice and perky. And this is a recent photo of Madonna. This is recent. Madonna look good. I don't care if she's had any skin work done, Botox, breast, shit. She's got the money to do it, and it doesn't look like it's anything that's been too much. It just looks like maintenance, looks like a little bit of, you know, a little nip tuck, a little tighten, a little lift up, a little pull, a little suction. She look good to me. I think she looks good. Child. Madonna is a legend, and if Quavo know any damn better, he better let Madonna twerk on him. He better let Madonna, she got the power to make or break a lot of people's careers. And I don't give a damn if you're not in her genre or not. She know a lot of important people. So if Quavo Huncho know like I know, he better had to let Madonna twerk. And Madonna has always given me the impression that she would like black men. That she would want to, you know, that she had maybe a romp or two with black men. You know, she was always around Michael Jackson, Prince, you know, so I know those parties, them drug-fueled, allegedly, those drug and alcohol-fueled parties these celebrities have been to in Hollywood. If those walls could talk, those Hollywood walls, those Hollywood carpets, them Hollywood chandeliers, them Hollywood drapes, them tapestries, child, lifestyles of the rich and famous. If them goddamn hallways could talk to some of them Hollywood mansions, those parties, whew, I can just imagine what has went down. I can just imagine, honey. Oh, yes, Dennis Rodman. And you know, yes, Mimi, Dennis Rodman. And you know they were getting it in. Didn't they get married? Didn't they get married? I want to say they got married, but I know that they had a thing. And honey, the romps. Madonna has been around, but Madonna is not problematic. Madonna looks like to me like she's that type of woman that whatever you did with Madonna, whatever you could do with Madonna, you can have a good time with Madonna, and whatever happens with Madonna stays with Madonna. Madonna look like she's a good time, she's good company, and whatever you do with Madonna, you ain't gotta ever never worry about it getting out. Cause I've never heard any bad rumors about Madonna. What have we heard anything problematic about Madonna? I don't recall. Madonna does not seem problematic to me. It seems like whatever happens with Madonna stays with Madonna. If you have a romp or two with Madonna, it's going to be kept secret. That's what it's like. That's what it's giving. So, yeah, apparently old Huncho was that. And what was Huncho doing at an Oscar party? See, this is what gets me about these celebrities too. Like Quavo. Quavo is Amigos. What was you doing at the Oscars? Why were you at a party? See, I'm telling you, Hollywood, they all go to these parties. It doesn't matter what genre, who you are, whether you are rapper, rocker, whatever. When you become a certain level of celebrity in Hollywood, the doors are open to you. When you get to a level of money, the doors are open and you can go to anywhere you are invited. But when them doors shut, what happens in here stays in here. Ask Cat Williams. We all know what happened with Cat Williams when he started exposing. When you start exposing the industry, we all know what they start doing to your career. So if you can play the game, you can go to these parties and you can keep your mouth shut, child, you can get right up on in there and party with the best of them. Because what was Quavo doing at an Oscar party? Quavo is not an actor. Sweetie ain't no actress. What was he doing at an Oscars party? Did they perform? Did the Migos perform at the Oscars? What was he doing at an Oscars party? Okay. So, it gets down and dirty. They get down and dirty at these Hollywood mansion parties, child. I did a piece on it. You better go check out that documentary. It gets real down and dirty at these Hollywood mansion parties. I'm telling you, and I'm going to go out on a long going out on a limb and say that Madonna, she could be considered a freak. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've heard, Prince, I've heard Michael Jackson, I've heard, that Madonna, other women, so it wouldn't surprise me if Madonna wasn't freaking off at this, at these parties. And, Hollywood mansion parties are really scandalous. They get to drinking and drugging and anything goes. So Quavo was hunching with Madonna. Child. I wonder if that was before Saweetie or after Saweetie. That's what I want to know. Was it before Saweetie or after Saweetie? What y'all think? Before or after Saweetie? Ooh, child. Speaking of money, Joel Osteen, and you guys know who that is. That is the pastor of a mega church, okay? Here's another person that done got a PPP loan that did not need a PPP loan. And I keep telling y'all that these people are going to start being exposed for these PPP loans, because in the beginning when they were giving them out, they was just giving them out and people were not, that were working there, they weren't really paying attention. But Joel Osteen's megachurch is paying back $4.4 million in PPP loans. Celebrity pastor Joel Osteen's megachurch is repaying millions of dollars it received in COVID-19 disaster funds that prompted backlash last year. Houston-based Lakewood Church received about $4.4 million through the Paycheck Protection Program to cover payroll and other expenses while shutting down in-person services for 7 months last year, according to at Houston Tron, whatever, like a Houston publication or whatever. The church received widespread backlash, with critics calling out the need to separate church and state, especially considering most churches in the U.S. are tax exempt. Lakewood defended its decision, claiming that none of the money went to Osteen or his wife. Lakewood said the PPP loan was crucial so that it could keep its staff. Now, what I do know about PPP loans and is this: you really did not have to pay these loans back if you're able to show that you use them to keep your employees. And if you use them to pay for, like the payroll and all of that, and if, your business stayed afloat because of the PPP loan, then the loan would actually be forgiven. The loan would actually be forgiven. So this just tells me that Mr. Osteen was not able to show that he used this to keep the people at the church employed, because he's got to pay it back. Remember how I showed you guys the Shade Room? Their loan was actually forgiven, meaning they got the money and they don't have to pay their loan back. Well, this is around that time where the loans are starting to be paid back, because the company that I actually work for, the cardiologist, we have been paying ours back since March. Like right after the last week in March and the beginning of April, they started collecting on the PPP loans. So a lot of companies are now entering into agreements with the government to repay these loans. It's only the for-profit businesses and the businesses that, weren't actually able to show like that they didn't make a profit, where my company got it as a loan. I don't think that they ever intended to have the forgiveness clause. There's like some companies don't even, you would have never been considered for a forgiveness. So like our company, we would have never been considered for that, because it's a for-profit business. Whereas like this goddamn church, first off, you're tax exempt. First off, you're not even a business. So, I mean, why they even needed it is beyond me, because they didn't have any no in-person services. It was COVID. You know what I'm saying? Church was not even open. Everybody had moved to online, using vMix and Zoom and all of this to do their services. So what did this man need $4.4 million? What staff were you paying? Because the staff that they use were for the people that ran the building. Now, yes, it could be said that they needed to they were giving the money to the staff because they didn't have a job. So they were trying to keep everything going, because they didn't have a job, because everything was closed down. But you mean to tell me that all the millions of dollars that y'all use for private jets and all of the money that y'all been taking in all these years, the church couldn't stay afloat? And I always thought that the church, according to the Bible and according to what the church is supposed to do, the church is the ones that is supposed to be taking care of the community in a time of crisis, in a time of need. That's what the church is supposed to be in the community for. The people are supposed to be able to go to the church for help. So when COVID was, in effect, and when the pandemic first started affecting everyone, people should have been able to go to their local churches for food, for help. So yes, if the PPP loans were used to fund for the employees and different things in the church, I don't understand why he would have to pay it back. So there's something that they did not, prerequisite or requirements that they didn't meet, that they had to pay it back, because a lot of businesses did not have to pay it back. It was forgiven if they were able to show that they used it to keep the employees, and they used it to keep their business going during COVID. But this is not a business. This is a church. So this is what I'm trying to, the point that I'm trying to make. This is not a for-profit business. This is a church. And they are tax exempt. They don't file taxes. They don't get charged taxes. They're a 501c3 or 4 or whatever it is. They're a church. So I don't understand what they needed the loans for. I mean, even though there are a lot of different programs and a lot of different means they could have done with the money. Yes, food pantry. Yes, feeding the hungry. Yeah, providing clothing. Yes, all of that. But the church was closed. They weren't doing any of that. So I don't understand what the money was used for. The doors were not open. The church was closed. Now, if they were providing paychecks to employees while they were home, I can understand that. But if that's what they were doing, they would have been forgiven. The loan would have been forgiven and they wouldn't have had to pay it back. So there is something that he did not do. It was something that the government done figured out, that he didn't meet the requirements because he's having to pay this money back. Hey, come get this commentary. I see you, girl. So if you're already a multi-millionaire, you got a private jet, you and your wife, you have all the finer things in life, a multi-million dollar mansion, cars, jewelry. What the hell did they need a PPP loan for? But the church official said that the PPP loan did not go to the Osteens. It went to the church. So if it went to feed the hungry, went to feed the homeless, if it went to help the people in need during the time of crisis, then I'm all for it. But obviously that is not what it did, because they have to pay the money back. You can go on and look it up yourself. PPP loans are forgiven if you're able to show that you were able to keep your business afloat and that's why it's called Paycheck Protection Program. You're protecting the payroll. You're protecting the paychecks. You're keeping your employees paid during the time of shutdown. So they forgive those loans. Some of like I said, the Shade Rooms loan was forgiven. They didn't have to pay it back. So there's something that's going on with that church that ain't right. There's a little fishy, in my opinion, if it's giving, you got to pay back $4.4 million. That's a lot of money. The church was closed. It was not operating. What were you doing with that $4.4 million? Use a damn lie if you want to sit and play in our face and tell us they ain't getting none of that goddamn money. Well, who paid their salary? Because I know, and we all know, that these mega churches pay out salaries to these pastors. They pay for them to live. They pay for their cars, pay for their bills, pay for all of that. So, y'all use that money. Y'all use that money. Hey, Hype Media. Ooh, I've missed you. I haven't seen you in a while. Yes, Jennifer. Jennifer Love Spewer says, didn't Kanye get PPP loans too? These rich folks stole from the everyday business owner just like they always do. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He got PPP loans. Yes, he did. And like I said, I don't believe that you should have gotten a PPP loan if you did not need a PPP loan. I had someone come in my chat the other day and they said, why are you hating on the people that got PPP loans? White people have been doing this. They understand that cash is king. This is not a normal everyday small business loan. This was a paycheck protection program loan. This was for COVID. This was for the pandemic. And let's not forget that all of this money that the government threw into the economy, it has now pushed us into a recession. What makes you think that money, we could just print up money, aka why the government by October 18th, if they don't make a move, if they didn't make a move, we were going to be out of money. What makes you think that we can just keep printing up money and we don't have anything to back the money? So these paycheck protection programs and all this shit that they created, it was skating on thin ice as it was the economy. We ain't had no goddamn money as it was. We owe everybody as it is. So the money that they created out of thin air to give to these companies, because the pandemic landed on us. We didn't ask for the pandemic. So the government had to give us something. It had to give the small businessman something because people were closing up left and right. They didn't ask for a damn COVID, a coronavirus. They didn't ask for Lady Corona. Lady Corona asked for them. So the government had to create something, some type of cash flow. So this girl want to tell me, well, why are you hating on the everyday person that got a loan, that acquired a loan? The Shade Room understands that cash is king. That's not cash. That is not capital. That is a federal protection, paycheck protection program. There were rules and guidelines behind that program. It was not a small business loan. Like, girl, there was qualifications. It was shit you had to do to get that money. It was for people to stay afloat with their businesses. So it wasn't just for anybody to just grab money just to act like they got, oh, I got a loan, and they could go shopping. They can, no, that shit was to keep people's businesses open. It was real out here. It was real. Businesses were shutting up. So Joe Osteen and his wife and that goddamn Lakewood church, they didn't need the money as far as I'm concerned. There were people that really, and businesses that really needed that money that got denied. Some people got denied that money and it was dried up. They no more money. They didn't have no more. Some people that applied couldn't get it because they ran out of money. Here it is, I guess so. You're giving a church like Lakewood Church $4.4 million. Jennifer Love Spewer says the government can keep printing up money. The problem is they only print it up for people who are already wealthy, which keeps poor people in poverty. Well, like I said, who's going to suffer when the economy goes belly up? It's always going to be the poor people and the black and brown people that suffer. The state workers, the federal people that are workers, people that are on SSI, people that are on pension, all of that. Because it's always the middle class and the hard workers, senior citizens, Social Security, all these workers that carry the economy. We are the ones that spend the most money. Wealthy people, they don't spend no damn money. Type of money they spend money on houses, jewelry, multi-million dollar stuff that actually keeps the economy going. That's us everyday folk. But we can get into have a conversation about that all night, and a lot of people are not ready for that conversation because they don't want to admit that we are living in a capitalist society where it's all based off of consumption. Printing up, using, printing up, construction, using, manufacture, using. We consume, make, buy, consume, eat, drink, buy, wear, look, hair, nails. We are all about consumption, capitalists, so, but like I said, we'll be here all day talking about that, y'all. Oh, Kaylin, thank you. I appreciate your compliment. Oh, yeah, but, PPP loans, y'all gonna be hearing about it more and more every day. Gonna be hearing more and more about it. You're going to be finding that your faves got PPP loans. Child. Oh, God. Do we have to... I need somebody to tell me, what does this girl do? What does this girl do? What does she do, and who is she? I need to know now.
Compliment my sauce and take a lot to meet my stomach. Come eat me anywhere like she ain't got no table mounted. Might get apprehended when I'm finished. Catch a DB charge. The way I hit her in my merch, she had on nothing under her break and hoodie. Plenty footage. If I'm not mistaken, I had on Gucci footage. Plan B, ain't no plan me. Take it in front of me. Honestly, she just wanna fucking tell her friend to see. Tattoos on her booty. I'm addicted to her body. Ain't nobody business. I fuck with the way we rock it. She getting a little wetter, I'm aggressive when we chop it. Always want my time, so when we fuck, I work too hard. Her for a second, baby, leave your best impression. You know she special if I stamp it. Compliment my sauce and take a lot to meet my stomach. Come eat me anywhere like she ain't got no table mounted. Might get apprehended when I'm finished. Catch a DB charge. The way I hit her in my merch, she had on nothing under her break and hoodie. Plenty footage. If I'm not mistaken, I had on Gucci footage. Plan B, ain't no plan me. Take it in front of me. Honestly, she just wanna fucking tell her friend to see. Tattoos on her booty. I'm addicted to her body. Ain't nobody business. I fuck with the way we rock it. She getting a little wetter. I'm a
Child. So the neighborhood talk says, woo, Aries clappers are placed perfectly around the pole. Can somebody tell me what this woman does? What does this girl do? Where is she getting all of this millions to buy 28 acres to be posted up out here looking like, you know, $1 million that she's got money out the ass? Please let me know where she is getting her bag from. Who is she and what does she do? I need to know now. Drop it below. Drop it in the chat. If you catching the replay, I need to know now. Right now. At this, I need to know. What does she do? Because she is constantly posted on the Shade Room. The booty is around this pole, child. Look at this booty. The booty is clapping on this pole. Look at that booty. Child, look at that booty.
I get apprehended when I'm DB charged. The way I hit her in my she had on nothing under her footage. If I'm not mistaken, I had on Gucci footage. Ain't no playing me, take it in front of me. Honestly, she just wanna fucking tell her friend to see. Tattoos on her body, to her body. Ain't nobody business, I fuck with the way we rock it. She getting a little aggressive when we chop it.
Child, I'm trying to figure out what is going on with that booty. What is that? Now, I need to know. Oh, I appreciate everyone who's saying I'm looking good. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. But I need to know, do you think that booty look good? I need a 1 if you think that booty look good or if you think that booty looks stank. 2 for stank and 1 for good. How many of y'all think the booty look good? 1. If you think it looks stank, I need a 2. And don't be hating, ladies. I need to know the truth. Do you think that booty look good, or do you think it looks stank? Would you want? Can you put your booty around a pole like that? Can you put your booty around a pole like that? Is that a work of art? Do you think that's a work of art? Do it look funky and stank, or do you think it look good? I need to know, ladies, honestly, because I'm going to give you my honest opinion. I'm going to give you my honest opinion. I need to know. Let me know. I'm going to give you a few seconds. You know what? I think I'm with Lisa's. Lisa's half-ass reviews and stuff. Can we do it 3? Half 1 and half 2. Like, it kind of look good, and it's like you don't really know if it looks good. It kind of look good, and then it kind of looks stank at the same time, right? That's where I'm at. I'm gonna just be honest. That's where I'm at. I'm at that. Fan said 2. She thinks it's tuna. Well, first off, I'm trying to figure out who is she and what does she do. I know she's Ari Fletcher, but what is it giving? What is this girl's career? It can't just be Instagram. It cannot. She cannot be making all these millions of Instagram. Because, child, it just can't be Instagram. Now, I'm looking at it and it's like, you know, it's unbelievable. Like when you look at it, like, damn, that ass is big. But then you can see underneath of it, it's got a little bit of lumps. But no woman has a perfect shaped body. There's going to be some lumps somewhere. There are going to be some cellulite somewhere. So for her age and, you know, what it's giving these days, I think she looks good. I think she's cute, you know, for what it is, that the look that they're trying to have. Now, borderline, it looks stank. Like the G-string, you can see the thong is just all up in it. So it's like, ooh, when she take that off, I know there's nobody's ass that is that big and you got them tight ass pants on, you got a bodysuit on under that, and it's just all caked up in your ass, and there's no way that there's no moisture, it's not sweaty, it's just fresh. Girl, that big ass is clapping, is sweating because it's big. You got a big ass like that, that's a lot of body. That's a lot of moist. So all I'm looking at is that G-string just perfectly in the back of the crack. And I can just imagine the little string that is up in that little area right there. It's up here in this little area right here. All I can imagine is that little string is getting lost right somewhere, right up in that. You see it? It's lost. Right. It's right there. But if they like it, I love it. I'm not one to hate on women. You know, hey, if that's what you like and it's making you happy, your man is happy, child, I say go for it. But girl, when I look at these girls, I'm just like, it's the whole conversation that we were having about the blackfishing. It's like they watch these white women with the hair and the tan, and it's giving white mixed with black. So now they try to get these bodies and they go get surgically enhanced, and we keep seeing these images. So after a while, we're going to start thinking that this is what black women really look like. And it's like, girl, no, this is not what black women really look like. You're not going to be able to look like this forever. But, you know, they're young. And when you're in your early 20s, late 20s, early 30s, you don't think about tomorrow. You don't think about the future. You don't think about what you're going to look like at 40. You're thinking about the here and now, partying, looking good for, you know, the fellas, looking good for them. And now that they're on Instagram and she's an Instagram model. She's a socialite. So it's all about what the body looks like. It's all about what her look like. Now, her face is another story. I believe she got a cute body. She's, you know, slim waist and thick in all the right places. But her face, that's a whole nother story. The face, I think she looks better without makeup. I think when she put on the makeup, it's just, I don't know. it looks like a guppy, like a bubble guppy type face. But when she takes off the makeup, I think she looks better without the makeup. Without the makeup, child. But child, Moneybag Yo, he's happy with it. So like I said, if it makes them happy, if they like it, I love it. Now, like I said, I don't think it looks too bad, but it's giving me, girl, that G-string is riding. It is up in that crack. That ass, and it is fat. So see, when women, when we look at ass like that, we can tell what it's giving as far as hygiene. We know what it looked like. But when a man looks at that, he thinks and envisions other things. So he ain't thinking about moist or smell or what it might smell like or what that G-string might look like when she pull it off. We're not, we women think different. Men look at it and think, ooh, look at that, all that ass. And I look at it and say, ooh, look at all that ass. That ass is big. And at the same, some of it might look a little good. And then in a way, it's like, ooh, that just look cheesy and just, ooh. And then with the nails, it's like, girl, can you clean up in there? Because as women, we know what it's like for your hygiene. How you got to wipe yourself. And then when you got an extra ass like that, extra booty like that, you got to get up in the crack of that ass. So when you got the nails and you got all that, I'm trying to figure out how are they getting into that ass? How are you getting up into that crack? Are we using wipes? Are we using the handicap shower? Are we taking the nozzle off of the shower and running it up there and washing it out? How are we wiping in that ass? Especially when you at the club or you at an event. I know you ain't carrying no baby wipes with you and you running in there and washing, then you got to dry it with the other child and y'all half drunk. I know you're laughing, a little squirt. You got a shart. The shart, it's a fart, not quite a fart, and a squirt, a shart. And then you got them little pink tight ass pants on or white pants on. Child, you come running out that bathroom and don't even know. Here I go, y'all. Ooh, Ari. Ooh. What? No, what? Yeah, girl. Shit. You can't tell me, bitch. You drinking and shit too. Throwing them back. All y'all do is party. Here I go. It's like, ooh. What? What's wrong? What? Girl. Is this what? I ain't get it. What? Child, y'all. A shark, bitch. A shark. A shark. Shit, them big asses. When you got a big ass like that and you carrying all that ass around, you have to be extra clean. You gotta be extra clean. Extra clean, child. All right, so I wanted to, okay, now, we all watched these damn BET Hip Hop Awards. And I had picked my best moment, my worst moment, and my in-between moment. I got a few moments that we're going to watch that I thought were the best, the worst, and the high points of the evening. Okay, so to be honest with you, the actual BET Hip Hop Awards as a whole, I was not really impressed. Just like I wasn't impressed by the VMAs, I wasn't impressed by the actual BET award. Like, I just wasn't impressed by any of these award shows. The musicians of today, they're lazy when they do their performances, when they do their concert. Everything gives me lip sync. Everything gives me, I'm just up here to be cute. I'm just trying to serve a look. It's more about what I look like versus what I can sound like versus what my performance is. So these award shows, and to be honest with you, they can just go ahead and do away with them. It's like they get all dressed up, we get all geeked up, we get all hyped up, thinking that we about to see a show, and they disappoint us every time. They disappoint us every time. They disappoint us every time. It's like, how many times are we going to see Big Lotto get up there on stage and do a cheerleading stunt? How many times are we going to see Bia, it's a whole lot, it is my, yeah. And everybody just standing there. Nobody's actually performing. It's a cheerleading competition. Everybody's just standing still, just like they do when they go to the parties. Nobody dancing, because shit, back in the day in the 2000s and 90s, we used to be dancing, bitch. We'd be at the club, at the party. Shit, we be giving it all we got. Too legit to quit. We used to be getting down, bitch. These kids now, it's a whole lot higher than this motherfucking. It's a whole lot in this motherfucker. And it just be like, okay, your hair look nice, your makeup look nice, but I need to see. Bitch, in the 2000s, they had their dances up there, bitch. By the time motherfuckers got done, they be sweating. Bitch, and you was in your living room dancing with them. Now, I don't know what kind of fucking award shows they got, bitch. Hey, Nene said, have these people I don't know. I have to ask my good, right? Jennifer says, I don't even watch the music award shows anymore. I just stick to my 90s and R&B where they actually sing it right. And you see, I'm wore out just from that. Shit. Whew. And here it is, Lotto and all them. They had a whole motherfucking stage to work and ain't get out of breath. I'm out of breath from just sitting in my chair. Shit. But here are my, who I thought was terrible and my actual high points of the evenings. Okay, so let me get my little clips together. Oh, and then I'm going to also talk about this too when I get done. Yep, I got a couple, and I got a couple little round the way fillet things that I want to talk about after that. Child, here we go. Okay. I'm going to start with these two performances. Okay, we're gonna start with the best performances of the evening that I thought, in my opinion, were the high point of the evening. All right.
When you come in for a coffee, you don't just leave with better mornings.
You leave supporting brighter futures and bigger dreams.
Yes. Okay. Ciao. Now. Ooh. Child, now, that was, in my mind, that was the high point of the evening. Like, that was the best part of the actual award show. Now, this is, out of two performances, this is one of the worst performances I have ever seen in my life. Now I'm gonna tell you, she even got hype when Little John came out. She got hype herself because that's the high point of her performance. They need to stop. And now here is the next one that was, I don't know what it is with these young people. I don't. Ooh. Child, I gotta give you my thoughts on these real quick. I just really think that these record labels need to invest more money into artist development. They need to get these girls into some dancing classes. They need to learn about performing. I mean, that was Big Lotto. That song is it is a great song. You know, Big D Energy. It's a great song. It's a remix of Mariah Carey's Fantasy. But she's not doing enough with that song. She could have did way better with that song. I feel like the video, anytime she performs it, it just falls on deaf ears. It'd be like, you be thinking she gonna kill it, and then she come out and do this cheerleading shit. She can't dance. She has no rhythm. They need to put these girls through artist development. Period. They get up there and all they do is pose. They're all about looking good. They don't want to perform. They don't dance. They ain't got no routine. It's all about posing and looking good. Everybody's striking the pose. And after a while, it just starts to look manly. It's like, girl, let me move your body. Like, and Bia, it's a whole lot. It is motherfucker. It's a whole lot. It's gonna get it. I pull up my closet to go to the bodega. Like, girl, can we get some energy? You see the Nelly and all of them there? We out there like, yes! And then they come up there. Big dick energy. Like, girl, can we get some motherfucking movement, please? They do more on their TikTok and more on Instagram, twerking for free, than they do at concerts, BET Awards. They don't give no energy whatsoever at all. It's like that song that Lotto has, Big D Energy, is actually a good song, but she not doing anything with it. It needs some more choreography. We need to see more excitement. It's like these artists, they're halfway polished. They give them all this money for what? They got millions of dollars, gold around their necks, all this money for what? They can't perform. They get winded. They can't dance. What you got all this money for? They don't want to perform. They don't want to break a sweat. They all about looking good. Child, please. We used to get up in that motherfucker and dance. Child, we had routines.
This.
So those were my high point of the evenings, that performance that you just watched. And then Nelly, that was my high point in the evening. Bia and Mulatto, I think they did a terrible job. I'm just so not impressed with these, artists that are yep.